You should not be co signing for your boyfriend or your girlfriend's vehicle. Welcome to Soft Life, Hard Truths, or Lifestyle Dreams, Meet Bank Account Realities. I'm your host, Teigen Jay. Come on in. I want you to stay. Oh, guys, how are you doing today? How has your week been? Has it been good? Not really? Has it been rough? Let me know. Let me know. How has your week been? Talk to me. Well, if you're having a good week, I am happy for you, and I hope it gets even better. And if you're having a horrible week, hang in there. I hope it gets better. Um, Life has been throwing hands at me. Um, it's been throwing hands, and I'm not winning. I have not been winning. I feel like my life is in complete utter chaos right now. Yeah, so there's that. Um, yeah, I'm hanging on by like two or three edges. Two or three. Yeah, I've been hanging on by a thread. I am going through the worst storm of my entire life. Um, I think this is probably one of the most difficult things I've ever been through. Every day is stressful, tears, just a battle. Like I feel like I'm at battle, I'm at war. Like I am literally having to fight for my life. Like I am out here like somebody on the street, okay, fighting for their lives. But I have an amazing support system. I have my family and my friends. They have been amazing throughout this whole ordeal. And they've been keeping me encouraged, and I just got to know, like, that I'm going to make it through this. And I'm trusting that there is so much better on the other side of this situation. So if you're going through something like myself and it is just really, really rough right now, just know that there is better on the other side. We just got to hang in there. We just got to keep fighting the fight. My dad told me, he said, you go in there and you fight your fight. You fight your fight, but you got to know at the end of the day, you're going to be okay. Everything is going to be just fine. But you go fight your fight. So I give you the same advice for this week, this month. Go in, fight your fight, whether it be with a person, whether it be with circumstances, whether it be with your health. You go in and you fight your fight, and you know that at the end of it, when it's all said and done, when it all wraps up, that you're going to come out better on the other side. We're going to come out better on the other side. So y'all hang in there, okay? Tegan is with you. Tegan is with you. All right, so let's get into these topics. We're gonna keep it short and sweet today. Let's just dive right in. So to piggyback off of the last 2 weeks' topics, I did have one question that I really wanted you guys' thoughts on. One of it being, does the cost of engagement rings really matter? Does it matter? Can someone propose to you with a $25 Walmart ring and it doesn't matter? Like, do you care? Um, the rule is that it's supposed to be 3 months worth of a person's salary. Does that really matter to you? Would you care if your lover or your person that's proposing to you spent less than 3 months worth of salary? What if their salary is relatively low? What if they only make, let's just say, if it's supposed to be 3 months, let's just say they only make $1,000 a month. So it's supposed to be $3,000 for the ring. Are you okay with that? Or does it not matter? The ring doesn't matter. The cost of the ring, the size of the diamond, whether the diamond is real or not, does it matter? Is it really all that matters is the fact that, hey, this person loves me and they propose? Does it matter for you? Let me know in the comments. Let me know. Personally, just you and I talking. Um, It matters to me. It matters to me because marriage is supposed to be um it's supposed to be sacred. It's supposed to be meaningful. This is not something that you are supposed to take lightly. And personally, I want to know that my person took this serious, that this was major for them, that, hey, this is the woman that I'm going to call my wife, that's going to have my last name, that may have my kids. Like, I wanted that person to be all in. And for me, that looks like putting in effort to something that matters to me that's going to be a representation of you. So to me, it matters. I want a beautiful ring. I don't know what cut. I always did like a princess cut. But then I also like the emerald. So I don't know. I don't. I'm not too big on the different cuts of the engagement rings, but it matters to me. Okay, I need a nice ring, and I need it to cost some money. I don't want a Walmart ring. I don't because I don't want to be with anyone that felt like they would put more into a car than they would the ring that's going on my finger, especially if they know that I want a nice ring. They know that I would prefer a ring that is, highly valued. Like, if that's important to me, it should be important enough for you to put in the effort to get me a ring that I would be happy with. Plus, it's going to be on my finger. Like, I'm going to be a representation of you. Don't you want me to be proud of the ring on my finger? Like, don't you? But that's just me. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments. I get it. Some people, the ring doesn't matter. It's all about love and commitment and you guys standing before God and taking a vow to love each other. I absolutely get it. And I'm not knocking those people. I think that is beautiful. I do. I think it is beautiful for you to not care about the ring. Some people don't even need rings. And I love that for y'all. I really do. But for me, I'm going to need the ring and I'm going to need you to put some effort into it. Thank you, please. So drop in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. How do you feel? Let me know. Let me know. Does this does the cost of the engagement ring really matter? And that's for men and women. Let me know. All right, next topic. Does more money really equal more problems? Does it? Let's talk about it. I know a lot of artists, rappers, mention it in songs, especially like back in the 90s, like more money, more problems. Like, and a lot of celebrities would say that too. Like, man, you may make all this money, but you don't want the problems that come with it. Is there truth to that? What do you think? Personally, I do agree that more money does equal more problems. Um, I'll give you an example, right? I'm not rich at all. Not yet. We're speaking into existence. I'm not rich right now, but I will be soon. Thank you, please. But okay, so let's just say if I was somebody that was financially challenged, right? I'm not in the best position. I would not own properties, right? Let's just say I'm just renting or I'm staying with someone. But let's just say you have a person there owning multiple properties. Well, upkeeping properties costs a lot. Like it costs a lot from property taxes to just like the maintenance. One of the most expensive things that you will have to do to a house as far as maintenance goes is that air conditioning unit. Those things easily can cost you 13,000, 13 grand for an AC unit, and that's just for one. So if you have a two-story, there's a high probability that you need multiple. Depending on how big your home is, you may need multiple AC units. So let's just say you got multiple properties or you got this huge, huge house that you can afford because your budget allows that. Now the AC unit goes out. Well, if you were renting, that's not a problem you have. Or if you had a smaller home where you didn't need two AC units, that's a problem you wouldn't have. So it's like a lot of times when your income grows, your expenses grow. Lifestyle creep. We talked about this before. Don't let it get you. But a lot of times your taste in things expand. You have more expensive tastes and your expenses grow, right? You want the big house, you want the foreign car. So now your tax bill, versus when you were in that starter home, your taxes might have been 5,000 for the year. Now you're in this big old mansion and your taxes are, you know, 50K for the year. You got more money now, so you got a bigger tax bill. And if something happens and you can't pay that tax bill, that's another thing. And then also, like, look at the celebrities and like the actors and the singers and the rappers. Like, a lot of times they are targeted. They're being sued by people for like crazy claims. And so we know, the more popular artists, they tend to have more money. Like Drake, I remember Drake mentioning in one of his songs that he had to go get a paternity test because some woman just claimed that he was the father of her child, and by law he was obligated to go take the test. That was a problem that he probably wouldn't have if he wasn't famous and had all of this money. So I do believe that once you get a certain amount of money, you do encounter more problems. I do. And then outside of like the expenses that come with it, you are also looking at you have more expectations from people. Once you reach a certain threshold, people are expecting you to help them fix their financial problems. Hey, I can't make my car note this month. I know you got it. I see you raking in all that money. I know you got it. So can you help me out? Can you give me some money? Can you pay this car note? Can you loan me $5,000 to start my business? I know you're rich. Can you loan me 5,000? Absolutely insane. But there's an expectation there, right? Because you're known to have a certain amount of money. People know that you aren't broke. People know that you got it like that. So now they have their hand out. Now they're needing you to come on with it. So I do believe that there is some accuracy to that. I believe that there is some truth to more money, more problems. That's just me. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it. Do you think it's more money, more problems? Let me know. All right. Last topic. Question for you all. Would you co-sign for a friend or a family member? Let's talk about it. Co-signing. So, first, let's talk about what is co-signing. So, when you co-sign for someone, you are agreeing to be responsible for that person's debt. So, if the initial borrower misses payments, you must take on the debt. It is yours. And that debt typically appears on both parties' credits, yours and the other person's. You're pretty much agreeing that, hey, I'm going to take on this responsibility if you drop the ball. How do you guys feel about co signing for people? Would you co sign for someone? Let's talk about it. Personally, there are very, very small windows for when I feel like it is okay to co sign for somebody. I'll give you an example. When I first got out of college, I relocated, I moved to another state, and I didn't have any credit established. I didn't have anything. I was fresh out of college. Um, so my car that I had at the time was giving me trouble. Like, it was constantly giving me problems. And I was in this state all alone. I didn't have friends. I didn't have family. It was just me. So I'm like, okay, at this point, I had started my little job and, I had my little salary. So I'm like, at this point, I need to go get a car. I need something dependable. I can't be, and at the time, Uber and Lyft, that wasn't a thing. That was not a thing. You could call a cab, but I grew up in a place where we didn't really have cabs and taxis and stuff like that. So that was like foreign to me. Um, so I was like, I need a car. I need a dependable vehicle. And so I went to get a car And I don't remember everything that happened, but I do know that I ended up needing a cosigner. And my mother co-signed for me. No questions asked. Of course, she came in, helped her baby get a car. Very appreciative, loved her for that. I've always been, since I've started working, which I started working at 15, since I started working, I've always been financially responsible. Always. I am a saver. I am going to save. My brother would say all the time, one thing about you, you're going to always have some money. You always going to keep some money on you. And that's true. My mother knew her child. So she knew that she wouldn't have an issue with me making these payments. I had my salary, I had my job, I was responsible. She signed for me. Now, in situations like that, I believe it's okay. Sign for your children if you know your children are going to be responsible. Now, if you know that your child is irresponsible, they're flaky, they're not good at handling their responsibilities, they don't manage money well, probably not. Okay, maybe we need to go look at getting baby boo a cash car or something like that. But if you know that you have a financially responsible child, I'm all for that. That's about it though. Um, and maybe your spouse. Heavy on the maybe. But anything else, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do not believe that you should be co-signing for people. You should not be co-signing for your boyfriend or your girlfriend's vehicle. You should not, especially after a certain age. Like if we're grown, like we're adults, we're in our late 20s, early 30s. No, absolutely not. You should not be co-signing for anyone. Because one, it is a red flag that they even need a co-signer at this age. That means somewhere along the line, finances went left. Okay? So and if you cannot, and you really should not be co-signing for people if you cannot comfortably say, I can afford this debt. If this person flakes on it, I'll take over. If you're co-signing for somebody and you know you can't afford the payment, you are setting yourself up. The way I look at it is, if I chose to co-sign for someone, I will go in and with the mindset of, all right, I need to go ahead and add this to my monthly budget. Let me just go ahead and add it to my budget in case things go left. I already worked into the budget. I know I can afford it. I'm prepared if something happens. If you are not prepared if something happens, you should not be co-signing. If you cannot afford, if this person flakes, you should not be co-signing. You should not. Don't let people mess up your credit like that. And I get that you can be in love and you love your person and y'all are so good and everything's so perfect. Love fades. Yeah, it's an emotion. It fades. It comes and goes. And what happens when that person cheats and now y'all not together anymore, but they still driving around in a car where you're the co-signer? And now you guys are arguing and they hate you, you hate them, and now they say forget you and the car. Now they're not making payments on the car, but they keep the car. Now you responsible. You have the debtors calling you. We need a payment. We need a payment. No, absolutely not. Don't do that. It needs to be a really good reason for you to co-sign for someone. And you need to make sure that you can afford it. If you cannot afford it, I don't care who it is, you shouldn't be co-signing. I don't care if it's your child. If you cannot afford the payment, if they don't make it, say no. They will be okay. They will find another way. Say no. Absolutely not. But y'all let me know what you think in the comments. Have you ever co-signed for someone? Would you ever co-sign for someone? What would the reasoning have to be for you to say, yes, I will co-sign for you? Let's talk about it. Let me know. Let me know something, okay? I'm against it for the most part, unless it's my child. And I would need to make sure that my child is financially responsible. And even then, it needs to be affordable for me. If I couldn't work it in my budget, mama will have to find another way to get you that vehicle. Let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comments. Okay, time for the finance column. Okay. So this week, guys, I just wanted to give just some current, straightforward advice. In this current economy, if it is not a necessity, hold off on major purchases. Just hold off, y'all. If you aren't in dire need, just hold off on it, okay? They are saying that we are likely headed into or already in a Great Depression. Hold on to your money, y'all. Things are looking really uncertain. It's looking real ugly out there. So if you don't need the new bins, just hold on to your current bins. If you don't need that fifth Coach bag and you already haven't worn the other four, just hold off on it. I know the Empire Carryall 40 is calling you because it's calling me. Okay? It's calling me. I know it. But if you don't need it, just hold on a minute. Just wait. Just wait it out. Because if you can afford it, you can always get it later. Just hold on a minute. Things are real uncertain right now, and we need to be stacking our money because we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what 6 months will look like from now. We don't. And so I would rather you have that money for emergencies if something happened versus you going and buying another car, adding another bill, or you buying a $700 bag. So if you don't need it, just hold off, okay? Just hold off. Now, not saying you can't ever have it. Just hold off right now. Just hold on, okay? That's my advice for the week, y'all. Simple, sweet, to the point. Just hold off. All right. Hard Truth Hotline. Hey, Tegan. So I need some help. I swear I make good money, but somehow it disappears faster than Beyonce tickets. Every time I tell myself this paycheck I'm going to save, next thing I know, I've DoorDash 3 times, bought a treat yourself outfit, and now I'm debating if I need to sell if I need to sell plasma to make it to the first. My question is, how do I actually stick to saving without feeling like I'm punishing myself? Because right now, my savings account is giving struggle. Okay, my friend, here's your problem. You are not baking into your budget things that bring you joy or a little bit of happiness, okay? And those things don't always have to be expensive, right? It needs to be within reason. But I am a firm believer, and I always say I don't believe in just working to pay bills and die. Okay? I believe in enjoying some of our money. Yeah. I do, whether it's a small, sweet little win or a big one. You should be enjoying some of your money. You should. Nobody should be working just to pay these bills. No. So you got to start baking into your budget some treats for yourself. So if you know you like DoorDash, put into the budget. Okay, if you're doing a monthly budget, all right, I get to DoorDash once a week, or I get to DoorDash once every other week. And look at how much you're spending on DoorDash. If every time you DoorDash, you're spending $50 and you're doing it 3 times a week, whoa, okay? Do every other week, $50. I can get me a nice little meal, take me a hot bath, have me some wine, have my meal delivered to the door, okay? $50 every other week. That way you don't feel like you're sacrificing and then you just go and you just binge. Okay? Because that's going to be a problem. A lot of times you can't just go cold turkey with stuff. You have to ease yourself off of things, wing yourself off and put small little wins in there for you. And what else? You say you like a treat yourself outfit. Okay, well, have a budget for a treat yourself outfit. If you know that, hey, you like to get you a little something, something every now and then, set the budget. All right, this month I'm going to spend $100. No more than $100. So instead of every time you get the feeling, you just hop on Shein or Fashion Nova, every week you're placing orders. No, have you a set date. Okay, the last Friday of every month, I'm going to go in and I'm going to place me a Fashion Nova order. I'm going to place me a Shein order. Put stuff in your cart when you think about it. Don't hit the purchase button. Wait till that date and look at your total of everything you've put in there And if your budget is $100, but your total is at 200, go in there and start taking stuff off. We sticking to the budget, $100. That way, you don't feel like you're having to just like go without anything that brings you satisfaction or happiness. But you're staying within reason. You know that, hey, I got $100 that I get to spend on me a couple of fits on the last Friday of the month. All I gotta do is hit the purchase button. Bake those into your budget. Don't just go cold turkey and go without, because you're never gonna stick to the budget. You're gonna be miserable. And that's never gonna work. We have to implement strategies that work, because this is real life. We're stressed out on a daily. This is real life. We need wins. We need things that make us happy, but we have to do it within reason and moderation. So, girl, bake into your budget those things that you want and just do it within reason. You got this. Give it a try and let Tika know how it goes, okay? All right. Okay, guys, we have come to the time where it is time for the hard truth of the week. With all the things that I'm going through right now, this was very near and dear to me, and I could relate. So I figured I'd share something that is relatable um, and personal at the same time. So here we go. Hard truths of the week. Being a good person does not guarantee bad things won't happen to you. Being a good person doesn't guarantee bad things won't happen to you. Let's talk about it. Just because you go around and you do good, you treat people right for the most part, does not mean that you won't encounter people that will treat you wrong. It doesn't mean that bad things won't happen to you. It doesn't mean that misfortune won't come your way. It doesn't mean that you won't face hardships. We were never promised an easy life. We were never promised a good life. The only thing we know that when you were born is that you was alive. You was promised life. That's it. Just because you do good does not mean everybody's going to do good to you. But that shouldn't stop you from being a good person, right? Because you being a good person is part of your character. Continue to be that good person. Continue to give good back to the earth, good back to people. Keep that up. Because I guarantee you that you'll encounter more good than you will bad. And don't be a part of the group of people that just want to wreak havoc on people's lives and do them dirty. I do believe in karma. I do believe you reap what you sow. I strongly believe that. But just know, just because you're a good person doesn't mean that you are promised a life with no strife. That is not the truth. You're going to go through hardships. You're going to go through ups and downs. But you know what? There's always better on the other side. Always. Somebody does you dirty, it's okay. You dust yourself off, you pick yourself back up, and you keep doing good, because good will come to you. And people will reap what they sow. But you got to know that just because you're nice, just because you're good, does not mean that everyone else is that way. And that is a hard truth. I don't make the rules. Y'all don't make it. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. Thank you for watching. I ask that you like, comment, subscribe, share this with anyone that you feel may relate to it, may enjoy the dialogue. Guys, I'm still trying to build our community, our family here. Trying to be consistent, keep going, even when life gets hard. Because life is hard right now, but I'm trying to keep going. And I appreciate you guys so much for just tuning in, watching, your time, your feedback. This has been an amazing journey. This is something that has really been keeping me going. And so you guys are a part of that. And so thank you. Thank you for your time. Thanks for watching, tuning in. Don't forget, like, comment, share, and subscribe as we build our family, okay? All right, we have come to the time. We have come to the time. It's been one heck of a week, y'all. It's been one heck of a month. But we made it. We're making it. You're making it. Things are getting better. We're getting on the other side of these obstacles, okay? We won't let negativity hold us back. Hang in there, okay? So cheers. Here's to softer livings and truths that set you free.